What's happening, everyone? Hope you're all good. Welcome. And yeah, so a bit of an off-key live stream. I've been doing a lot of live streams, as you guys know, for the last probably 6 months over on Instagram. Instagram can be super flaky. I'm not sure what it is with our content, but it just doesn't seem to perform particularly well, and that can be really frustrating. We get really poor quality streams. We get really poor quality audio, and then moving on from there, you know, the stream can degrade. We get problems with comments not coming through, and so on and so forth. So I will be sticking as much as I can to, you know, YouTube as a platform for live streams. Even if it's streams like this today, they're a little bit off key. You know, no one's warned about it. I just wanted to, you know, say hi to you guys and show you some of the kit that we've got coming to the channel in regards of reviews. And answer any questions that you guys have. Obviously, we get a ton of questions come through. Sorry, Matt, I hope that's a gin glass. Yes, greetings. This is a gin. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, guys, if you could drop a like on the video, it really does help. If you are here and you are watching, please smash that little thumbs up button. That's really cool, and it obviously helps our videos a lot. The more likes they get, the more they get pushed through into the content, into the wider audience. So just my little preach. If you do get 2 seconds, please press the thumbs up button. Really does mean a lot to me, and I appreciate it. This weekend I am potentially doing Greyslate. I don't know yet, guys. I'm going to try and see all of the comments that are coming in. I will try and keep up with them. I did just see the one about this weekend. Worst comes to it, guys, I'll quickly grab my iPad and tune in on the stream on the iPad, which is probably a good idea. I've got some new kit to show you today as well. That's something that I did want to go over. Not as you guys know, I recently got what's going on, Drojan. I recently picked up my Scar H. Super excited about having that platform. And I've got my Strike Eagle from Vortex on it as well. I've got it sat here. Guys, what I'm going to quickly do, if you wouldn't mind, quickly grab my iPad. It'll take me 2 seconds. I will be right back. And then that means that I can monitor the stream and see all the questions that are coming in. So if there is anything that you do want to ask, anything that you do want me to cover tonight, please let me know. It won't be a massively long live stream, but I am absolutely sick of the performance that I get from the live streams on Instagram. Can you remember me from Instagram comments? Task was Trojan03. I probably do. I like to say that I remember a lot of people off of their Instagram names over their real names. It's always really weird when people come up to me at events and go, "Hi, I'm James," and I'm like, "Hi." But then when people tell me their actual names, then it always helps out. Edward, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'm super looking forward to getting out and having a shoot up at Caerwen. If any of you guys are going to Caerwen, then yeah, it should be a fun event. Right, guys, I'm going to log in to the stream on the iPad, and then I will be able to follow all of the comments. Any comments, any questions? I think there's a lot of guys that are going. I'm super excited about getting out at Caerwen. It's a really good site. Sterling and the rest of the guys do put a good event on there, so should be really exciting. I am just going over now to the stream so I can see the comments. We just mute this. Okay, I now have a copy of the stream and all of the comments. So guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to sling them over. I now can obviously see all of the comments. So, I hope that's Jin, Tokyo, Marui, S23, SOCOM, TM High Kappa Gold Match, or the TM High Kappa 5.1. You want my honest opinion? My favourite one out of all of the TMs for performance, if you're after a real strong performance pistol, I would go for the TM High Kappa Gold Match. There is a video coming to the channel. I actually edited it today. That is focused around pistols. Again, if you are after a solid TM pistol, then I would say go for the Gold Match. It is such a light trigger pull. Compared to my HK45, the trigger pull is probably say if the full trigger pull of my HK45 is 100%, I would say the trigger pull on the match is maybe 15 to 20. It's super, super light. VG Duncan, what's going on, dude? How's it going, mate? Thank you very much for joining. Everyone that has joined the stream, really appreciate it. If you could drop me a little thumbs up, that'd be super cool. I'd appreciate that. Any of you guys that want to sling onto the super chat, obviously it just means that your comments go right to the top of the page. Let me just follow the comments. I might as well turn the comments off on my phone and just do them off the iPad. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at the comments. I'm Dom Soman on... Oh, right, Dom. Okay, dude, how's it going? Sorry, mate. It's so difficult knowing everyone's names on it. Just bouncing across then. I'm trying to view the comments. I'll turn this sideways. That's an easier way of doing it. Any of you guys that are watching on the iPad, if you turn it sideways, it actually makes it so much easier. Is it possible to lower the S of a gas blowback gun? It is, but it's down to using the nozzles, depending on what nozzle you use. I do know that some of the gas blowbacks out there are available. You can change the nozzle end to a smaller nozzle. Apparently that changes the FPS. I don't know that for sure. I'm not a massive gas blowback user. In the UK, we get such varying temperatures that it throws the FPS all over the place and can be a little bit of a nightmare. If you are, an avid gas user, I know a few people use them throughout the UK, but I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, you can adjust them by messing with the valves or the nozzles, one of the two. Best place to order a TM recoil shock for people in the US. By the way, happy 3rd and 4th of July. Yeah, happy 4th of July to all of my American friends. I don't know if Camo Raids are doing international shipping yet, but they are looking into it. So if you message Camo Raids, that is camoraids.com, CAMORAIDS.com, they might be able to help you out with getting a TM out to the US. I know they're super rare out there, it's so surprising. Just going to go through the rest of these comments. What do you think of the new low-profile Warrior belt that got released today? We got sent actually some photos of it a little while back. I like the look of it. I really want to get my hands on it, see actually how it works. I think with a lot of the belts that you see out there on the market, it's very hard to gauge them just by looking at them. I think you've got to try them on. I think you've got to wear them. I think you've got to run them out. You've got to try them in different scenarios with different kit. That's my feedback anyway. So I don't know. I definitely want to try it. I love the guys over at Warrior. They're always pushing. They're always innovating. They really do shift a lot of product. I think that's one of the key things that I haven't realised about Warrior is just how much product they ship and how much product they move. It's absolutely insane. But Todgers, what's going on, brother? Having a gin for you. So welcome along to the stream. Just doing a little bit of a week Q&A and we'll be going over the SCAR with the new Vortex optic a little bit later on the stream. Yeah, good lad, not too bad. What's your first impressions of the new sight? Absolutely love the new Vortex. I was looking at the Razor, genuinely just couldn't justify the kind of £1,300 spend to go on top of an AEG. I just couldn't justify it. That's me being absolutely honest to the stream. It's not about a case of what is the most Gucci. It's been fairly sensible as well. Do I want to spend 1,300 quid on an optic to go on an airsoft gun where realistically you're going to shoot 50, 60 metres max in most cases? For me, it just didn't justify it. So I went for the Strike Eagle and I've got to admit I'm super impressed with it. I've got the Vortex mount as well. Could have potentially gone for a cheaper mount, but I thought if I'm getting the Vortex optic, let's just get the Vortex mount as well. It is a scope for life, so that's something to consider, but so far I'm super impressed. Let's just have a quick look. Sorry guys, I've got a lot of comments on here and I'm trying to make sure that the video stream is all working well. So let's just make sure that this is all working. Okay, perfect. To all the guys that just joined the stream, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. We're going to be doing a loose sort of Q&A. If you want to hit that super chat, that would be absolutely banging. You do that by clicking the little $sign in the bottom corner, and you can donate to the channel. It's really cool. Also, if you can drop the video a like, if you are watching from the desktop or if you're watching from an iPad or a phone, you can do this view and you can just press the little like button there. That would be absolutely awesome. Okay, moving on. Daniel Sawyer says, what's your favourite pistol? Do you know what? I actually really like the FN45. I like the HK45 too, but the FN is really cool. Obviously it goes with both the SCAR platforms as well. I was a bit of an FN fan. The problem is they're really expensive. I like my HK45 tack. It fits me up my hands really well. I've got actually quite big hands for a short arse. So, you know, the gun, the grip, the kind of high tang grip really does kind of suit my hands quite well. So I found some of the Glocks can just feel a little bit small in your hand. So I am a fan of the 45. I like the Strike Warrior as well, Tokyo Marui Strike Warrior, the one with the spikes on the front. I'm a fan of that. I kind of like the FN57 as well. It's a bit funky looking when you first look at it, but feels really good. The ergonomics are great. So there's a couple of pistols there, but I must admit I do like my HK45. What are your thoughts on micro rigs like the new Haley one or the Spiritus Run? Really, really good question. I love the micro rigs. I think they can work incredibly well as a platform on their own. They can also work incredibly well tied in with other plate carriers. If you do want to check out, I've done a video on the Spiritus Systems setup, and I've also run that on the Ferro Concept Slickster. So together they work really, really well. So they're both platforms I do like. I haven't got my hands on the Haley one yet, but it's definitely on the cards to have a look at one. Between the two, people have asked me which one I think's better. I think it's horses for courses. Depends what you're going to be using it for. In my opinion, the Spirit Systems is a little bit more versatile in the way that it can be configured. But for me, I feel that the Haley Strategic is a more bulky, not bulky, it's a bigger platform. You can carry more material, you know, the front zipper pocket with your built-in admin facility, the fact that you can put the wings on it just as easy for carrying radios and stuff like that. I just think, you know, the Spirits is good, and it is a great range platform or an EDC kind of platform. If you know, got it in the glove box of your car and you've got 2 magazines in it and a radio and, you know, for an AR platform. I just think for what I would use it for, which is like MilSim or training events, I'd probably want a little bit more on me. That's just my opinion. So, you know, the Haley one sort of leans in the better space for me. But until I've had my hands on them both, it's kind of, each as good as the other. It depends what it's being used for. Right, moving on from there. Also, what do you run for face protection? I've been running a face mask, zip tie. For the length of events that I do, for the situations that I find myself in, you know, and if I'm running really tight CQB, most of the time I'll run a neck scarf, a material neck scarf. I've got an Arc'teryx one. A lot of you guys that have rolled with me before have seen me wear it. I always have it low and bunched up around my neck, just out the way of my face. And if I go in to do some tight CQB or I'm concerned about being shot, you know, close in the teeth, I will pull it up over underneath my nose, just across the bottom of my mouth. So that's all the face protection that I run. I have been hitting the teeth, I have been hitting the mouth and in the face a few times, but for the amount of dick ache that you go through for running one of those, you know, material mesh face masks, for me it's just not worth it. The likelihood of getting shot in the face, I mean, if you're a guy that runs these speed airsoft events, you know, or you're someone that is, you know, at the front of the action all the time, you do just want to wear some form of face protection. I think that the neck scarves are really good. Obviously they don't offer up a ton of protection, but it's better than being hit on the bare skin. I don't like mesh face masks. I just think that they're a nightmare. you know, 24, 48 hours, being out in the woods, you know, or if you're running patrols and like trying to manage a face mask can be a bit of a nightmare. Sleepiest, what's going on, dude? So yeah, I don't actually run any. I've seen a few guys using these neck scarves with a bit of mesh sewn in over their mouth. They're pretty cool, but for me, I don't really wear anything. Okay, guys, I'm just going to blitz through these comments. Thoughts on a multi-role at a MilSim? At MilSim, I love running the M40 sniper and recon and intel gathering, but there's not always a need for it. I've considered taking my main rifle and kit to run with. The rest on the Amazon task in. Okay, so, you know, the multi-role thing can be quite difficult depending on the event that you go to. What I would say is speak to the event provider, let them know that you come in, let them know what kit you've got. You know, we're quite lucky with Sterling, you know, we let them know about us using the bikes and running the bikes out, and Sterling were really good to accommodate the fact that we had the bikes. So what they did was put some taskings in specifically around the bikes and using the bikes. So for us, that was a really cool thing. So, you know, if there's certain roles that you want to run out, if you do want to run a sniper role, if you want to run, you know, a mortar tube with some heavy weapons, or you want to run a support role, you know, let them, you know, give the event provider some heads up. Let them know a few weeks in advance, see if they can really tout out a role for you. I used to run my sniper and an M4 and night vision gear. So what I would do during the day is I would be overwatch for raiding teams. So if any teams were going to go and hit buildings during the day, you know, an hour before, maybe an hour and a half before, I would go out with my sniper spotter team. We would bust the building over the road or up the road from the target building. I would get into an overwatch position, and then I would overwatch the team. You know, an hour later they would come and blow the building out. That would be one of the sniper roles. Now what I would do is, the sniper was actually quite difficult to use at night. Even with a night vision scope, tracers, everything, just getting about with a thing and being worried about, you know, walking up on someone in some really tight CQB, trying to get around with a sniper at night can be a little bit difficult, especially in urban environments. So what I chose to do is run the sniper on that kind of sniper recon ops during the day, and then at night, you know, 8, 9 o'clock, go back, transition to an M4 and my CQB gear, and then be part of the raiding teams. That's definitely something that can be done. Again, just make sure that you're speaking to your event provider and the guy that is, you know, running the events, to make sure that they can plan it for you. Yeah, you know, as a lot of you guys know, me and Richie run the recce role quite a lot, so definitely something to, you know, to consider, that if you are running a sniper or a specific role, you know, if you have got a generic M4 loadout to go and do raids, then it's always good to be able to do that. Right, I'm just going to go through the rest of these comments. Just going to put my gin down for a second. Yes, mate, completely agree with that. I just really can't justify 500 quid for an EOTech, and yes, mate, it does look sweet as fuck. Thank you, dude. Love your video on tag launches the other week. Where can I get one of the launchers Richie has? I cannot find it on the web. I think it's, you'll have to go back to the video. I think it's an S&L launcher, something like that. What I would recommend you to do, if you are definitely after that launcher, head over to Instagram, Richie _ the Heresy group. You know, you can find him. If you follow me on Instagram, follow him, message Richie, find out what the exact make is, and then Google it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it somewhere. But yeah, if you want some more information on that, or if any of you guys don't follow Richie, head over, Richie _ the Heresy group on Instagram. He puts tons of cool content up. Please make sure that you go over and follow him. If you've got any questions, then you can ask Richie. Buck Todgers, I always get hit on the nose, still never wear a mask. Anthony Sims, Asclepius. Hey Tim, any recommendations for full seal low profile glasses / goggles? Been using Sawflies for years, but I want to get full seal now. There is a few sets of Bolly full seals that I would recommend, with like soft sponge on the backs of them. They look really good. I know a fair few people that run them and get along with them really well. So have a look at Bolly. They are personally what I run. So hands down, out of everything I've been sent, they are what I run. I find that the anti-fog is good on the bollies over the rest. The revision are good, but the anti-fog on the bollies is better. And that for me is a real big thing, especially when you've got, you know, helmet, night vision, and all the rest of it on. Anti-fog is really good. Guys, if you are watching, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're watching on the desktop, if you're watching on the mobile, please just quickly flick over, whack that thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that. It helps the channel. It also pushes this video out to more people. So if you can, just quickly pump the thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Okay, moving on. So yeah, I would check out the Bolle glasses. Okay. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people using gum shields too, but comms would be a disgrace. Thinking of running a Shemag after I've been in the Golden Leicester. Yes, so that's what I used to run before I ran my neck sock, was just a Shemag. And again, realistically, this is no word of a lie. When I would get into a real tight firefight, I would just pull it up into my mouth like so, bite down on it and over the top. If I needed to comms or anything like that, I needed to break from where I was actually making contact with people and run onto the comms. It means I'm going to pull my hand away from the gun anyway to go for the PTT. At that point, I'm dysfunctional, so I would drop the gun on the sling, pull back, and pull my face away from fire to use the PTT. Other than that, cover your mouth, go for your contact, wait until you've drilled the person, wait for them to be down, and then, you know, do what you need to do. But Shemag works okay, and you're not going to get the discomfort of a mesh mask. Richie's just actually got some new gum shields to try out. Run your assault rifle, take binoculars, recce. I saw some tag rounds at JD Airsoft in Cannock last week. Don't know about the launcher though. Yeah, try some different launchers. Have a look into the market. There's a few different ones available out there. But tags really are super cool. I saw Richie's TM Scar H on the thumbnail and came straight away. Is he doing a review on his TM Scar H? Vandy, whoa there, whoa there. This is my TM Scar H. This isn't Richie's, this is my one. So Richie will be doing a review of his Scar H real soon. He actually has, we'll just keep this a secret, but Richie has, he spent a lot of money on his Scar. I'm not saying anymore, but his Scar, if it was pimped, it would be pimped. So I will let him bring that to you, but that is my Scar H. Richie's Scar H is something very, very special. So that's something to consider. Richie will be doing a review of his Scar H very, very soon. He's away at the moment, which is why he's not here with me. Okay. But Vandy, that's my Scar. Richie once said to me, if you don't have both, you're an idiot. So I got both. Okay, Tim, question regarding water at a MilSim. How do you manage taking enough, multiple containers, one big one, especially interested in how you manage hard routine events where you carry all of it at once in your bourbon? Really, really good question. Okay, so to address that, I don't carry it all in one container. I'll tell you why. When you have a container burst on you and it dumps out 2 litres of water, it really can leave you in the shit. Now, this is serious MilSim talk here, and we're going to talk as if it was life or death. So, whack that thumbs up. Anyway, what I choose to do is I have a Source 3 litre hydration sack. It sits in my Bergen. The reason I put it in my Bergen and not on me is because I want to be able to dump that Bergen down and be as light as possible. 3 litres of water, nearly 3 kilos of weight, is extremely heavy, and to be able to dump that off really does help. So I run a Source hydration pack in my Bergen. When I come to a fight, if I get into any shit, the first thing I normally do is dump straight to my back like a turtle, bring my arms in, throw them through, ditch the Bergen, and then go on to my fighting order. It's one of the first things I do. One of the reasons I do that, as a lot of you know, is because I'm not the biggest of guys, and for me, trying to sprint around with a Bergen on is an absolute killer. So what I choose to do in the first thing is just dump that down, then do the fighting, and then, you know, work around the Bergen afterwards. If it's fight or flight and you just need to get out of there, then on it goes, and then we scoot. So that's something to consider. Now, in the rest of the Bergen, if we're talking hard routine, which means carrying everything on you at once, I actually choose the Evian 1 litre bottles. What I have in the bottom of my Bergen sack is a small zipper, and in there is like normally a space for boots. It's right at the bottom of the bag. What I can fit in there is 6 1 litre bottles. So if I have 3 in my hydration, I can put 6 in the bottom of that bottom of the bag pack. So that leaves me in total with 9 litres. So what I normally find is I use between maybe 1 litre and 2 litres for cooking. And then on a warm day, I'll do about 3+ litres a day, potentially, depending on how often we stop, how much goes in, how hydrated I was prior to the event, what I'm eating and all that sort of thing. If you've got wet food, wet rations, it really does help bring that amount down. So I am normally running on the very edge of water when I'm coming towards the end of an event. Very rarely would I say that I've always gone through absolutely every last drop of water and been dry at an event. I normally always have something left over. Normally the hydration. The bottles go first and then the hydration will go afterwards. So that's something to consider. If you want to run more than that, what I would suggest is doubling up your bladders. So if you run a Bergen, run a 3 litre sauce in the slide, and then put a 2 litre Camelback in the slide as well. That's what I would recommend. So you're carrying plenty of water. So you've got 5 there, and then you can put 6 in your bag. Do you know what I mean? You've got 11 litres. No one's going to go through 11 litres in 2 days. So that's definitely something to consider. If you're doing a work on the water, trying to bring it down, what I would make sure is that when you are drinking water, you drink electrolyte gels, you are, you know, hydrating on wet food. Don't eat crackers and crisps and sandwiches. You know, all of that heavy carbs and that sort of thing is just going to dry you out and suck up the water. Try and drink quite hydrated foods, eat fruit, all that sort of thing is really going to help with the amount of water that you're taking on. So that's what I would recommend. If it's a non-hard routine event, I normally go to a Tesco's or something, and I buy the the 12 litre pack of water. So they're 6 2 litre bottles. They're only about £3. I normally take one of them with me and I dump it on top of my box. And if other people out of my team need to fill up their pouches, fill up their hydration sacks, whatever, then they can do that from my water. But normally I do take a lot if we're in a fob. Again, if it's hard routine, I bring it down. I'm realistically on about 6 to 9 litres. I as you guys know, I train a fair bit, so hydration for me is really key. Hopefully that answered your question enough. If you want to know any more, please feel free to fire it over. More questions. If you're happy with that, then cool. Let me move on. Just realised normal launcher will work with tag, but JD Airsoft definitely had the rounds. Yeah, JD Airsoft I think had them. Airsoft World sell them. Land Warrior sell them, and a few others. Just realised normal. Right, I like to use a sniper scarf, the net type, more breathable than a shamag. You can also use it for camera concealment, drag it through the leaves, and so on and so forth. Yeah, Buck Todgers get it. I used to run a cami net. If you check any of the old photos on the Heresy group, if you go back to my sniper photos back in the day, you'll actually find a photo of me laid under my camo net the same way. How many batteries do you take for a weapon at MilSim? Depends what gun I'm running. With the scars, I take 2 of the 2600 milliamp batteries. I will probably buy a third now that I've got the 2 scars. And then for my 416, I've got 3 of the 1800 milliamp tube batteries that go in the crane stock for the 416. So I will be getting another one for the scar. But yeah, I take 2 or 3 decent batteries. Buck Todgers sauce are great. Vandy, super excited now. I'm looking forward to both of the Scar H reviews. Yes, my Scar H is standard. Richie's Scar H is modified. So that is obviously something to consider. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to compare them as to what this is like out of the box, what Richie's is going to be like out of the box. As you can see here, I've got the Vortex Optic Strike Eagle mounted on here with the Vortex Optic rail mount. Absolutely love this platform. Just feels a little bit short, a little bit more manoeuvrable. Really like the slightly wider front as well. It just feels a little bit more bulky. There's definitely more weight to this with this optic on top. It does feel a little bit heavier than my Scar L, but do really love it. If you guys do think this looks cool, please make sure you whack thumbs up on the video. Any questions, please feel free to fire them over. I think I'm all the way through the questions, so that's pretty cool. Again, if you do have any questions, fire them in. Mr. Ibris, Darkness, how many mags do you carry for hard routine? I always carry the same, whether it's hard routine or CQB event or 1 day, 2 day event. I always carry the same amount. Right, Tim, I'm off. All right, dude, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you joining me. Yeah, I always carry the same amount. So for my M4 platform, I always carry 5 magazines. I run 3 on my chest, 1 on my belt, 1 in the gun. And for the Scar platform, I'm going to be running 3 on my chest and 1 in the gun. So I've got 4 mags for the Scar, and I've got 5 mags for the 416. I always see guys running fucking umpteen mags across the front of them. Very, very rarely do I get down to no mags. I'm always on top of bombing up. I'm always on top of making sure that my mags are full. I really do stay on top of my admin when I'm on the ground. I see these guys with, 6 mags on the front, 2 on a drop leg, 2 on their belt, 2 on their back, fucking, backpacks full of mags. I just think it's stupid. I really do. I very rarely do you see the guys bomb through all their mags. Normally it's for show. I mean, yes, occasionally you get into a deep firefight where you are completely spent on mags, and I have seen that happen before. But it's incredibly rare that happens. And when it does, you're normally not on your own, or you should never be on your own. At some point when someone goes, last mag, I'm normally on the ground bombing up mags for other people. That's normally the way that I roll, the same as other guys. If they hear me shout last mag, they'll be like bomb up and they'll cover my position, or we always work together as a team that if you're down to that last mag, you can get some rounds in. Very worst of case, down to pistol, whatever. So yeah, that's what I run. Some other guys run more, some run less. I just don't get the whole 20 mag scenario. Please explain Yukaras. Fucking hell, that's a hard question. If we get to 20 likes on the video, I'll explain Yukaras. How about that? Index your mags, keep on bombing them up. I keep an emergency 1 in my mule. Yeah, sometimes to be honest, I haven't got the extra mags. If I had, 20 magazines, then I would probably consider it. But I don't. I just have the TM mags that I have. So, but I'm the same. I stick on top of my admin. If we go through a deep firefight, I go through 3 mags. The second we get a break, the second we get some downtime, I'm on it, take a knee, bomb 2 mags back up, leave 1 burnt. No drama. It really is down to personal organisation. Damn it, we've got 20 likes, so I will explain Yukara, or try to. Yukara is a system that was set up by a company in the UK called Fire Support, or it's run by them. Fire Support is a retailer in the UK, and they sell a lot of airsoft shit. Yukara essentially was to stop any old Joe off the road from walking into a store and buying a full replica firearm. We'll call these firearms just for this conversation, okay? Firearm. And this is my understanding of it. If I'm wrong, feel free to grill me. Graham from Airsoft Nation, good mate of mine, he really knows all the Yukara shit, so if you really want to know about Yukara, he done a video on it on Airsoft Nation, but I'll give you my spin of it. So Yukara was put in to stop any old Joe from just walking into a store and buying, a replica firearm. Essentially one of these. You can see some good photos of these online. You couldn't tell whether they are airsoft or a real steel one by any means. there's no giveaway, you know, factors, apart from if you see the bottom of the mag grip and a few other small details. But if you're just looking at one of these, or one of these got pointed in your face, you're not going to question it. So Yukara was put in to stop anyone from being able to buy Airsoft AEGs, you know, outright just from any store. Now, there's always been flexibility with Yukara, and different sites do it differently, but essentially sites pay an annual fee to be able to register users on the system. They register them on this database, or they're charged an annual fee to use this database, and that allows them to sell to people. So essentially, it's like paying to have a Blockbuster license. That's what I would say. So before you want to come in and rent any videos from me, then I'm going to make you, you know, I'm going to have to pay for a license to know that you're a member of my store. Hopefully that makes sense. So all of these stores around the UK pay the guys at Fire Support to be able to access the database and then sell guns to legitimate users. To get a Yukara license as a player, you have to do a variety of different things. Some sites you have to play 3 games, some sites you have to play for 3 months, some sites you have to pay a membership fee to the site and then they put you on their Yukara. There's a load of different ways, and to be honest, all the sites do it differently. Once you're on that database, once you're on the database, you can go and buy stuff from wherever you want. That's essentially it. My opinion of the Yukara system is it's absolute bullshit. It was down for a long time. I think that the only way of regulating what is happening with Yukara, and to be honest, you know, to be absolutely squeaky clean with it, is that everyone is registered via an ID. That's my opinion of it. I think that, you know, if you're not registered as, you know, an ID'd user, you could be anyone. And also the second-hand market for AEGs is huge. So check this out. This is the bend to Yukara. Say you are called Joe and you phone me and go, Tim, I really want a Scar H. And I go, okay, cool. So I go and buy a Scar H for you from a shop. I bring it home and then I sell it to you second hand. If I'm selling it to you second hand, you don't need a Yukara. How does that make any sense legally at all? So as long as I bought it originally, that's all cool, that's all legal, I've got a Yukara, and then I sell it to you, that is why the second-hand market for guns is huge. And also, as me just selling you a gun, I don't have to ask you for a Yukara. How stupid is that? It makes no sense. That's like saying, if I actually go and buy a car, and then bring it home, and then give it to you, it's like you bought it originally anyway. It's so stupid. Anyway. Regardless of that, Yukara is stupid. That's my understanding of it. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please feel free to put it in the comments below. But I don't get it. It just seems to be a money spinner to me. Okay, BTC Spectre or Mark Zero? BTC, I would say Mark Zero. I'll say Mark Zero for 2 reasons. One, you can get hold of them. BT Spectres, you can never fucking get hold of them. And at least with a Mark Zero, you know that if you go back to the company with a problem, they'll sort it out for you. That's what I would say. Are built-in knee pads worth it? What do you mean worth it? You mean having knee pads or not having knee pads? If you have the option to have knee pads, have knee pads. They're gonna stop your knees from getting fucked up. Okay. Buck Todgers. Best defence, don't be a dick with your gap, yeah? I totally agree. Don't be an idiot with your airsoft guns, but at the same time, you know, people are, and if you go and buy a Glock pistol, an airsoft one, you get a black marker and you colour the end of the barrel in, so it's not got a gold barrel in the end of it, and you stick it in someone's face, they will shit themselves. So, it's one of them. Adam, what's going on? Alpha Mike, my brother from another mother. Late to the show, mate. Keep your gym flowing. Cheers. Thank you very much. Mark Zero or wait for the Titan next gen? I think that you should get a Mark Zero, because to be honest, Gate, and I love the Gate brand. I think the Titan that they've made for the V2 is fucking incredible. I'm not slagging off Gate here at all. I think they're fucking awesome. But they have been saying that they're going to release a TM MOSFET for 2 years. The Mark Zero, you can buy them right now. You can buy them from Camo Raids. You can buy them from Kingdom of Airsoft. You can buy them from Eagle 6. You can get the Mark Zero anywhere. So that's my opinion. You know, it's not which one's better. It's fucking which one's available. Just saying. Okay, yo, Yukari's bullshit. Talk about Gucci kit, yo. Got any rigs or carrier reviews coming up? No rigs that I can think of. Richie's got an M-Bav that's probably worth talking about. Richie's got some other kit that's probably worth talking about. Reviews that are coming up on the channel in the next couple of weeks. Got some ballistic glasses that I shot point blank today. They're expensive though. If you're into Gucci ballistic glasses, there's a video dropping probably next week. We'll be talking about this, my Scar H with the Vortex Strike Eagle optic on top. We've got some other tag stuff coming. It's stuck in customs. Thanks British Customs, appreciate it. We've got some kit bags coming up. We've got some other bits coming up as well from Helicon. Helicon are dropping some red hot products right now. I wouldn't have thought I'd ever say that, but Helicon are dropping some red hot products. Guys, just without any selling to you, if you do want to ask any questions about the Mark Zero, Jamie, if you can go back through the comments and you can watch this through. Jamie, Italian Jamie, any of you know, he knows all about the Mark Zeros. So if you do have any questions about the Mark Zero, please ask Jamie and we can get the questions answered for you. You know, the Spectre's not available, the Gate isn't out yet. If it's down to me, get a Mark Zero. Any problems with it, you know, they're going to be sorted, you know, the company's reliable, that sort of shit. So if you have any questions, please ask now. Jamie will answer them for you. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to try and read off of this. Please excuse me. I'll play some hold music while we wait. I agree with Yukara being a money scam. It's only classed as a defence anyway, not an actual licence. An actual replica firearm licence would make more sense. You, sir, deserve a gin or beer. If you're old enough. Bill C, go and get yourself a beer. How much better or worse is the Mark Zero when compared to the Spectre? Fuck, it's a hard question. I think that the Mark Zero is built in a more durable manner. It's not in a two-part design. It's front and rear wired, depending on how you want it set up. They fit incredibly well in the TMs. I know guys that have had to shim and cut and shave parts of their guns to get the Spectres to fit. Mike Marden, if you're watching, I'm not talking about you. Yeah, I'm talking about Mike Marden. He had to have his gun shaved to get the fucking thing in. So, you know, and Spectre produced like 10 every 15 years. At least, you know, with the guys that are producing the Mark Zero, they're churning them out, that everyone's going to get better and better. There's going to be more and more follow-up. And the other thing is, guys, as Jamie's just mentioned in the chat, 2-year guarantee. Fucking can't ask for much more than that. Guys, if you are enjoying the content, please hit that thumbs up. We've got 21. I would love to get to 30. That would be absolutely amazing. So if you are watching, please just hit that thumbs up. It means a lot to me and it helps the video get pushed out to more people. So that would be fucking cool. So if you are watching on a desktop, watching on your phone, whatever, please hit that thumbs up. It'd be awesome. Okay, Alpha Mike 07 T3 gear. Shit, yes, I will be bringing you some stuff from T3. Adam is coming down to hang out with me next week. So yeah, I will be bringing some T3 stuff to the channel. If you haven't heard of T3 gear, please go over and check it out. If you want to ask any questions about T3 gear, please head over to Instagram, Alpha Mike 07. Check him out. His name's Adam, search and rescue guy, good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a rep for T3. Sales pitch over. I'm going to drink some drink. Strong. Whew. Okay. Anthony Sims. Tim, thinking of getting into tags, but I only use them for smoke rounds. As I'm primarily a medic, do you know how good they are and how much coverage they have? Good question. The smoke rounds for tags are good for if you were to cover kind of a small area but quite densely. That's what I would put forward. If you are just using smokes because of the price, I would probably put 2 or 3 out at a time. That would be my my opinion on it, is to, rather than just drop one smoke, expect a lot of effect for it, I would use them when you really need to and put like 2 or 3 down at once. That would be my recommendation. They are good. Check out the tag video on YouTube. Not right now, do it once you've watched this video, but there is a video from tag and they fire off some smokes. To be fair, they're probably about the same as the ring pull and Nola gaze. They're about the same amount of smoke. But yeah, they're just as good for tags. I think if you're going to run smokes, I'd run bangs as well. Nothing's more powerful than someone coming onto the battlefield and dropping a tag into a load of guys. So yeah, something to consider. Jamie, what's going on? New Haley micro rig. Yeah, that Haley micro rig. There's a few of us that are after them right now. So yeah, are they worth buying built or better separately? Luke. But sorry, Luke, buying what separately? Buying what? I don't get it. Luke, ask me that again as one question. Sorry, dude, I've got a ton of questions here. Try and get through. Merrick told me about Richie's scar. It's all your fault. Yes, I haven't caught up with Richie and Merrick yet, just because I'm doing the live stream, but I will catch up with both of them. They've sent me about 1,000 messages. I haven't read any of them because I'm on this. The Haley Micro Cheshire was at SHOT Show. It's fucking epic. Guys, I'm out and about, but I'll do my best. I'm more than old enough, 39 low. I already have JD and Coke, thanks mate. Well done, Bill. It's a wee beauty perfect for quick recon fire, cheaper than expected. Yeah, it is cheaper than both of the other platforms. Talking about the Mark Zero, cheaper than the Titan, cheaper than the Spectre. If I upgrade my TM with a Mark Zero, do you think it's worth upgrading gears, motor, etc. to get the most out of it, or would it be okay to drop it in stock? Max B, if I was you, mate, I would just drop it in the gun as it is. The TM motors and the TM gears are fucking awesome. I would not change the spring. I would leave the spring as it is. And if you want my honest opinion on an upgrade, I would do a maple leaf bucking rubber, hop-up rubber, and I would do an EDGI barrel. So that's what I've got in my 416. That is where my Mark Zero is going, in the 416 for CQB, for responsiveness. And that's what I'm going to run in that. Completely bog standard internals. I will have the Mark Zero in there. I've got a white maple leaf bucking, and I've got an EDGI barrel. That gun will be absolutely sweet. I wouldn't throw too much money at changing everything else, dude. I would just do the Mark Zero in a standard gun, enjoy it, and then do the barrel and bucking whenever you need to. The good thing about the Mark Zero is the responsiveness. It's not about efficiency, battery life, all that other crap. The key thing about it is how fucking responsive the gun is once you've got that Mark Zero in it. You can go as quick as you can and it will fire. And that is the key thing of having that Mark Zero in. Yes, it's programmable. Yes, it will look after your batteries. Yes, it will stop surge. Yes, it will protect your motor. It does all this other cool stuff. But for me, the main thing is just the responsiveness. Okay. I keep sending messages, but they aren't appearing in the chat. Sorry if it's sending Anthony Sims. It's all good. Works fine in stock, but I'll do the full Monty. Camo Raid is the best tech. He is using alternatives off their custom parts. Tim, look at the pic I just sent you. I can't because the phone is that far away from me, Jamie. It's too far away for me to reach. Otherwise, I would look. Ask him again after the next gin. Go on. Are built-in knee pads worth buying, or are you better buying separately? Your opinion. Sorry for being confusing. Not that, dude. Luke, you're not annoying. Just confusing. Joking. Yeah, too much gin. I like to get my knee pads separately. I run external and internals. On my internals that are in my claw gears, I've actually got Cryo Precision knee pads inside my Raiders. On my operator pants, I've got the D3 pads. The D3s are more comfortable in regards of the amount of cushion they have, but the Cries are more flexible, so they bend better to the knee. So Luke, no drama, dude. What I would say to do is, depending on the type of trousers that you've got, if you've got trousers where they insert, I'd go for the Cries. They are a little bit more expensive, but they are comfortable. They will last you forever. If you've got ones where they go inside your trousers, again, I would do the Cryo Precision. If you want to go outside, I would do the D3s. That's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the claw gears, Azuriel. For me, Stuart Harrison had a good tear out of Richie on Sunday. Yeah, I heard. Dude, I did hear. Heard you boys went in. If you are watching and you haven't dropped, just spilled gin everywhere. If you are watching and you haven't dropped a like yet, we would love to get to 30 likes. That would be absolutely banging. Yo, dude, had a good tear with Richie. Jamie, got a bounce. Any questions for the Mark Zero? Any questions about the Mark Zero or the Turnersoft Air stuff? Please give Jamie a message. You can go to Jamie on Instagram. It's probably the best thing. I think it's Italian Jamie. Just search for my friends for Jamie. You'll find him. Okay, guys. I'm probably going to wrap this up. Tim, when you see the pic, you'll know why I've got a bounce. Okay, dude. He's probably drinking. MilSim question, multiple pairs. Oh, okay, let me just read that on it. MilSim, multiple pairs of trousers, tops, etc., or just embrace the Ming and wear the same clothing for several days. Again, does this differ on hard routine events? If you want my honest opinion, I would always say take a spare pair of trousers, tops, t-shirts, thermals, all that sort of thing. Just embrace the stink. But trousers, if you... Depends where you live, okay? So I get a lot of things like, and I'll just embrace the controversy. So I say to people, yeah, I take 2 pairs of trousers just in case they get wet. And then I get a message from some guy that's like in Arizona and said to me, oh, thanks for the MilSim guide, but my trousers aren't going to get wet. I live in Arizona. It's like, dude, then don't take an extra pair of trousers. I live in the UK. It rains every 30 minutes. So the likelihood is if you're out in Wales in November, you're going to get piss wet. There is nothing nicer, as I think Butt Todgers just mentioned, than going back, getting your trousers off, taking off your socks, drying everything down with a little towel or some talcum powder or whatever you've got, you know, just drying yourself off, even if it's an old t-shirt, dry your feet, dry your legs, get yourself comfortable, nice fresh pair of trousers, nice fresh pair of socks. There is genuinely nothing nicer than that. If you're running hard routine and you're really tight on space, then you're just going to have to deal with being wet. But I must admit, I can roll up a pair of claw gear trousers into a tube like this long. I roll them dead tight on the ground and I get some black electrical tape and run 2 rings of tape round them and then I put them in a sandwich bag. Yes, it's uber nerdy, right? It's uber nerdy. They're in a sandwich bag, wrapped up super tight. But if it gets piss wet, I've got a nice dry pair of trousers. What I normally do as well, and I've got some little dry bags, or I use sandwich bags, is I just get a spare pair of socks, like hiking socks, stuff them in the sandwich bag, roll it nice and tight, and stuff it into my bag. If my bag gets soaking wet, if I drop it in a river, if I pour water all over it, whatever happens, I can always put on a nice dry pair of socks and trousers. Just saying. It's something to consider. It's not for everyone, you're not going to need it at every single event, but definitely something to consider. Dry Feet Happy Trooper, did Richie tell you about the sniper pissing us off and the amount of tags he used to destroy him? No, he hasn't. Me and Richie haven't caught up properly yet. We're actually due to do it tonight. Know anyone selling a KWA Vector? No. No KWA Vectors. Get a Tokyo Marui. I'm just getting into Airsoft properly. Thanks for the tips. What weight of BBs do you use? Use 2.5s. Don't listen to anyone else that says anything different. Use 2.5s. They're probably the best and most generic weight that you'll get the best results with. For your pistol, use 3s, 2.8s or 3s would be what I'd recommend. But if you're just getting into it, Luke, go back to the channel, check all the videos out, watch the MilSim guides. There's tons of reviews. There's loads of advice on kits, packing bags, absolutely everything. Just go through some of the older videos, Luke. There is a ton of stuff on here. George Turner, are you going to Grace Lake 3? I think so. I'm actually waiting to hear back from my work, as if I've got to travel this week. I was supposed to be going to Eskilstuna this week. As any of you guys know that follow my Instagram, I travel all over the place. That's not happening. I'm meant to be now travelling on Sunday out to Brussels for 2 days and then moving on from Brussels to Eskilstuna. But if I don't go, then I will be at Grace Lake 3. I need to speak to Richie tonight. I'm planning on speaking to him as soon as this is done about what our plan is for this weekend. So we'll put something on Instagram if you follow us on Instagram. Bastion Boy, do you recommend Crytek? No, they're shit. They're seriously shit. I have a friend of mine, 3 friends of mine, that were on a team. They got sponsored by Crytek. This is honest truth. They got sponsored by Crytek. Crytek were going to supply any gun they wanted. They were going to get 3 guns each. And after 2 weeks of using the guns, they cancelled the sponsorship and went and bought TMs. That is fact. Now, if someone is going to give you any gun you want for free and you turn it down, the guns have to be terrible. There you go. You're welcome. Speak to Camo Raids and get a TM. Everyone in here will say that. Everyone in this room, every follower, everyone on Instagram, they will all say the same thing. Dude, don't waste your money, just get a decent gun. Soz dude, check his other vids. Yeah, just check on my other videos. There's why you should buy a TM video, videos on this. Get at least 3. Yeah, just buy as many TMs as you can. You need a Scar H, you need a Scar L, and you need a 416. And when you get your 416, spend loads of money kitting it up. I'm joking. To be fair, look at any other manufacturer on the market. You can look at GMP, you can look at ASG, you can look at New Pro, you can look at Crytek, you can look at any of them. You compare their performance out the box to a TM, they are miles off. So that's what I would recommend. Luke White has only just started Airsoft and he has scars. Good lad. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap. So if you have any more questions, I'll let anyone ask them now. No worries, Luke. Luke, if you don't follow me over on Instagram and Richie over on Instagram, check us out. Tim_the Heresy Group, Richie_the Heresy Group. We put loads of shit up on there. KWE recoils are good too. No, there's only TM recoils. KWA don't do recoils. Right, catch you later, dude. Okay. The G&G Gen 2 version I've gone for is shoot. No, Adriano, G&G shit. How come places like Russia can have games with all the vehicles and tanks, but there's nothing like that in the UK? There is stuff like that in the UK. Sterling use vehicles. They use a ton of different stuff. You can get Wimics, we've had boats, they've had helicopters. Sterling have done all sorts of vehicles. You'll find a lot of events that use vehicles. Even the last Legion event, they had a load of vehicles there. So there is guys that do them. The tanks and stuff are harder to get hold of and you need a lot more land. So that's definitely something to consider. But yeah, there is places in the UK that do them. Adriano, just buy a bloody TM for God's sake. Just stop with all this other rubbish. Get yourself a TM. You know you want to do it. Get yourself a TM. Carewen, are you going to be there? Yes, I will be at Carewen. Me and Richie will be there. Scout Recon. Love you, Tim. Bye, Tim. See you later, Recon. Catch up with you soon, dude. Do you recommend DMR? Yes, go for a DMR if you can, but just beware that if you do a Tokyo Marui DMR, it's going to cost you some money, and also, as alongside the money, it will also be a lot more of a maintenance platform. So it's not something that you're going to use for years and years and years and have no problems. If it is a high-powered DMR, especially a TM1, it's going to cost you some money. Busy watch tomorrow. There are also tanks at Airsoft in Edinburgh. Yeah, I haven't been up to Edinburgh yet. Gin is only going to get stronger. It's the way to do it. Tang, see you later, dude. I had a scar before. I can't believe you got rid of a scar. Adriano, what is going on? You got rid of your scar. At least they aren't on about CQBRs again. Yeah, CQBRs are terrible. If Jamie was in here right now, he would be going crazy for me saying that. Shouldn't have got rid of it and fancy something different. If I get a TM recall, get a TM, everything else doesn't compare. The quality is so good. Stuart Harrison. I think everyone in here is on the TM bandwagon. That's why we like the channel. That's why we, we're into what we're into. I think it's why we've got a good community of guys that are like-minded. You know, they're into good kit. They like stuff that's reliable. You know, I've seen GMGs, GMPs, ASGs, Neutral. Like, I walk around every stand, looked at the ICS. I looked at every gun that there was at IWA and at Enforce TAC. We were looking at literally everything that was there and available. And I've got to say that even the Systemers and the Airsoft Surgeon guns that are like £2,500 are nothing on the TMs. And also, I pulled this out of the box today and I fired at my home. I shoot a target which is about 25 metres from where I'm standing, and the grouping was about the size of my fist. This is undialed in, this is just shooting, standing like that, so nothing particular accurate, and the grouping was that big at 25 metres. That is absolutely on my life, and I will put that in the review video. Right guys, last couple of questions I'm going to bounce. Will be good to run with you at Sterling next month. You know it. You know it. Should rename the channel to TM Appreciation Club. I've got that tattooed on my lower back. Even British Transport Police are using TMs for their training guns. Yeah, and there's a massive group of guys in the US that are actually using them as training weapons as well. So there is a lot of guys using the TMs on training. And a lot of guys were using gas back in the day, and they've actually gone over to TMs now. The G36, that's also being used as a training platform as well. I bet you will be surprised with the G&G 556. It massively, no, it's a G&G. They're for like 12-year-olds. All of the time I ever see a G&G, I just see a G&G Firehawk. It's like, no, gay. Adriano, you know it's not going to impress me, mate. I'm about TMs, I'm not about G&Gs. Right, and on that note, my wonderful people, please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. Please throw the video a thumbs up. It would be really, really cool to catch up with you all on a couple more streams throughout the next couple of weeks. If you are subscribed to the channel, please hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. That will notify you that I am gone live. Thank you so much. Travis Haley used a TM Scar L for training. He's made a vid of it. Yes, I have actually seen that. G&G Firehawks, that's so bad. G&G Firehawk, no gay, Tim, 2K18. Yeah, boy. Right, anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will be putting some more videos up towards the end of the week. Got a lot of reviews coming, and a review of this. So far, I've got to say, this thing is an absolute fucking tank. Beautiful optic, really nice rail. I was going to go into a full review of this, but I've been busy answering your questions. This will be live on the channel. If you missed any of it, have a cup of tea, sit and listen to it in the background while you're doing your work, while you're going for a jog or doing whatever you need to do. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.